Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in, everybody, come on in. We only gonna stream on YouTube today. Pecosha is doing upgrading right now, so we can't stream on there. That's the only reason why, you guys. So we're just gonna come on over here, hang on out. I want to thank everybody coming on in. We've got 54 people in the building, family. We got Loving God, Nancy LaRose, Bev is in the house, Bev Grubbs, Lisa Taylor, Lukewarm, Sanja, Miss Tina. I am Cody. Let's see, Mary Martin, Miss Philly G. How are you? Let me see. Jackie Bartiz is in the building. Ruby Turner, Monique Hall, and I said Nancy LaRose. Loving God. I'm looking. Monica Boyd is in the building. Miss Philly G, Ruby Turner. Come holla at us, sister Zena is in the building. Lisa Calhoun. And let me see. I'm trying to see. Lisa Calhoun, Lisa T, Ruby T, Sanja, and Zena Torbert. Okay. So, yes, thank you guys for showing on up. I don't know if you guys are still following the Carly case. We are still following the Carly case. If you guys see Cassie come in, I guess I missed her. On Friday, she gave a super chat, and I didn't give a shout out. So please let me know if she comes in the building. Please, mods. I want the mods to know that this coming weekend, we're going to have a mandatory mod meeting. It will be at 1 2 o'clock. It will be at 2 o'clock Saturday. Mandatory mod meeting. Please let all the other mods know when they come in. We're going to have a mandatory, and it is not open to the public. It's just going to be just for us. We're moving forward. Over there on Pecosha, we're almost at a grade level 8, which is good. So I want to thank everybody that goes over there and participate and get us where we are. It's been something else. We're doing good. So we can get awareness everywhere that we can. I'm going to give some of the information this weekend. We ended up going to the event with the Hoops for Literacy. Shaq was there. I did not get to meet him personally. I had some other things going on. I did meet Xavier McDaniel, took pictures with him, you guys. I probably will share that sometime, but our whole goal was to meet Shaq and give him his gift of the shirt. He did get his gift because they don't let nobody bring anything in. I talked to his private assistant, and me and her, she said she gonna give it to him, so she gave it to him. And other things was happening, but we had a good time out there. Literacy for kids. We got books that they gave us to give out to you guys. So if anybody want, they got a kid that, reading is fundamental. And I don't know how many books we got. Let me see. They're not all the same though. We got 3, 4, 5. I could have had more. I just didn't want to do all of that other stuff. We could have had more. So here's one. It says Little Shack on there. There's one. See, same thing. Little Shack. Like right there on the bottom, it says Little Shack. And I think this is like 2nd grade, 3rd grade reading level. This is Taking a Chance. See at the bottom, it says Taking a Chance. And then we've got Star of the Week. If anybody got any kids that probably want some of these books, and if you need some school supplies, we got school supplies we're giving out too. Please hit me up. You know my number, 316-553-3056. Hit me up. Let me know in a text message. If you leave me a text message, say, yeah, I'm interested. I've got a kid or I got a niece or something. And we only got 5 books here, you guys. I can get more if you want me to get more. But, I mean, this is coming out of our own pocket that we're going to get it to you. And your kid can have a book. Now, they're not signed. I was waiting to try to get them signed. And like I said, you guys, things was happening so fast. People was surrounding him. You could barely get close to him. It was just unbelievable. And I didn't want to push all the kids away to get on up there. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to reach out to him and we're going to make it happen anyway. Because I believe that, he's just a busy man. But like I said, I did get to take pictures and talk to Xavier McDaniels. We got pictures of all of that and everything. We're just doing the do. Okay. So it was all about Cody Bixby, letting him be aware, hoping that they can help out, put the awareness of this child's picture in his name. He did get a picture of Cody. He did get the letter of everything that's happened. So we're doing what we can on, a shoestring budget. Okay. So anyway, that was happening. Let me see what else we need to talk about. Anything we need to talk about, please let me know. I want to thank everybody coming in here and continuing to come in here and support the channel. We are still trying to grow and reach the awareness things for kids that are missing. And we're trying to do our best to keep it very respectful. Let's talk about this Kiely Rodni case. It's all gone weird. And I know if you guys notice, the people that really speaks loudly and boldly, they may not even be in the chat right now. Ain't nobody blocked nobody. I went and checked before I came in. Was there any blocking going on? Ain't no blocking going on. So if they're not here, they just not here, They're probably just sitting in the back watching or whatever, and they get a little bit upset or tired, mad or whatever, Only thing I can say is, hey, do what you got to do, right? That's what you got to do. So, first of all, let's talk about some of the new things that has came out. They're coming out. You guys are going to hear everything. It's not going to come out from my mouth because anytime I tell you something, and I'm just being honest with you. Hey, Light Vision, I see you coming in here. Avalanche, and it's not coming from me. It's literally coming from the people that have put themselves in these situations, either looking for the kid or the investigator or the family or the friend. So I'm going to quote some things that has been going on and all of that. So we kind of got off track because people were wanting to talk about the seatbelt and this, that, and the other. And then, it was just more of a distraction. And it didn't matter to me if it was a seatbelt or not. I just couldn't understand why people were making it into like this girl was bound up with a seatbelt or whatever. But it is what it is. Hey, PS, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. I will play that role every time. Let me see here. I thought I had everything ready, but evidently I did not. PS. Here's your ticket right here. Thank you right there. $597.64. Thank you for the super chat. We'll play that real quick because I got to get something ready anyway. Okay, so I've seen a couple more people come in. Pooh Campbell, Lisa, Diane, Harris is in the building. How are you doing? All right. Okay, so and thank you, PS, for that super chat. Thank you. Okay, let's get started on what's going on, what's happening, what we done heard. Okay, so this is on the Kiely Rodni case. Okay. Kiely Rodni is I just met a young lady this weekend that's getting adopted. Her name is Carly. So please forgive me. We're talking about the Kiely Rodni case. Okay. So there's been a couple of things been going on. First of all, the investigator, SF, his name is Steve Fisher. You guys understand what I'm saying? He spoke out. Doug is speaking out on AWP, and the things that they're saying is totally different from each other. So we're just here to hear what's been said. We're only going to speak on, I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to go into an assumption or my opinion. We're just going to go over some of the things that has been done, said, or whatever is happening. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the tow truck guy when we first get started. Now, when it comes, and I did invite him in, so if anybody see SF Investigations come in here, please let me know. I will drop the link. I've invited AWP. I invited SF Investigations. And if they want to come up and speak to you for themselves, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I invited him, and that was way early this morning, but we was getting this information for the last 2-3 days, and it is unbelievable what's being said. You guys are not going to believe it. So let me get into this commentary. Here we go. So let's start off with AWP. Let's not start off with the tow truck guy. Okay. So SF Investigation says when they came into town, they had reached out to the police department at one time, and that they gave them the last location where the ping was to Kiely's car, which was 50 feet from where she was found. And they basically, they done gave that to several people. Even the guy named Click It, he was walking by the river or the lake, or the reservoir, and he asked for some information, and the investigator guy, Steve Fisher, gave him the same information. So it wasn't like these are special people you give special information for. They were looking for the young lady. They said, and they had been looking for her. And so, if you would ask it, you would have been able to get the last ping location also. But I guess when the information was given to AWP, they had told him that once if he did find anything, notify them and everything, and that was their basic the understanding, the agreement. So you guys know the story. AWP came into town, met a guy that was at Best Buy, just randomly, they say. That's on his movie. I wouldn't say movie. On his video, they went on into town. They first started looking at tobacco, and they didn't find anything. That's the first day they was there. On the second day, they went into Poser Reservoir, and guess what? They found her. Here's some things that are not adding up on both ends of these two people that's talking. You guys, I want to share this with you because I don't have neither side or dog in this fight. I'm just going to share with you some things. So when I was looking at AWP's video, they went into, like I said, he didn't just find the young lady in 20, 30 minutes. And so, when you're doing documentation and you're putting numbers out there like time or what's happening at particular time, you have to be a little bit more accurate, because then there's room for people to say, what was you doing, or why did you lie, or you just falsified information or something. So anyway, who is that? Let me see. Arbin. Okay, Arbin. 5, 10, 50, 20. Arbin girl, what's going on? You came up. I hope you don't mind, but I'll put your name on here, Arbin. And we will do that super chat when I get done with the commentary. I hope you don't mind, because I don't want to just keep 763, 762. But I do appreciate you. I really do. I just want you to know. But if I get off key, it's because I keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting. So would you accept my apology early? Okay. So anyway, and that's very much appreciated. I just want you to know that. Anyway, they went into Poser Reservoir. They found her, but at the beginning of the video that AWP put out, when the very next day, because like I told you, the first day they was in Tobacco Lake Reservoir, they didn't find anything. So when he's getting ready, if you don't believe me, you have to go back and look at it yourself. He's pushing them into the lake. The guy's pushing the boat, the little raft into the boat. He says it's 10:21. Okay, that's 10:21 in the morning, and they push out. They're going, and they go in there, and he's talking, and they doing some things and stuff like this. So they find the car. They identify that there's some remains in the car. They don't know who remains they are. They come up, they all talk, they get in it together, and then he says, turn your phones off. I don't want to alarm anybody. They turns because you know what I'm saying? They said they're just going to go back to the shore and act like, they're just moving locations, nothing really happened or whatever. So if you look on the video, they put their phones out. One of the phones says it is now 12:16. Okay. So I'm just putting out there that to find this young lady in 20 to 30 minutes, that didn't happen. From 10:21 to 12:16 is almost, just give or take about a couple of, maybe about 10 minutes, 2 hours. Okay. So that kind of stuck out to me. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense because he's very, really skilled at what he's doing. And these things do matter when you're putting out time and things of that nature. But, I just said on it, I just said, okay, I didn't look at the sonar equipment. I hear that the sonar equipment even says what I'm saying. Plus, not only that, one of the pictures says 3 o'clock or something like that. I'm just saying, I didn't look at that part. I'm just telling you guys. Hey, Clarissa, how you doing? So anyway, that gets back to the bank, and they say, well, let's call the authorities. This is where a lot of stuff has hit the fan, you guys. The authorities are saying they never got notified. They said that AWP didn't call 911. They didn't call the non-emergency. They didn't call none of the people that they were supposed to call. They didn't even call no family members. But at 2:28, and Lisa can probably vouch for this, but at 2:28, they put it on Facebook that day. I was actually talking to Lisa on the phone, and she was telling me, hey, they found Kiely. And I was like, what? She's like, they found Kiely. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, girl, don't you see it? And I was like, no, I don't see it. She was like, yeah, they done found Kiely. I was looking at everywhere. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find nothing. She was like, yeah, they found her. And then guess what? Yeah, when I went over to Facebook, it was already on there. But, I hadn't seen anything. And then next thing I know, the authorities came. So I'm like, okay, so I know that to be true because I couldn't find it, but I wasn't on Facebook either. And I don't know if Lisa was looking on Facebook, but whatever she was looking at, they had already said it. Now, this is why the family is very upset right now with AWP, is because they learned about their child, Kiely, the grandfather, his granddaughter. So the grandfather and the father and the mother, they're all a little bit upset. They're not ungrateful that they found Kiely. It's just they had to learn from friends of the family that was on social media that called them up and said, hey, they found Kiely in the Posa Reservoir. And they was like, what? And they was like, yeah, it's on Facebook. So the mother was finally sitting down just right on the other side of the hill, getting ready to eat finally, because you know how it is when, you don't know where your kid is, you can't eat, or, you don't even want to talk to people. You're moping around, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you don't want to take a bath, you don't want to do nothing. You just want people to leave you alone. But that's how they found out. And that was very, I guess, devastating to find out. Everybody found out before the family found out and making plans or whatever. But so I guess they said, well, what was AWP doing from 12:16 and then all the way up to 2:28 before they put the video out on Facebook? Instead of calling the family, he said, well, we called the aunt, and the aunt says no, and you need to go and tell the people. I don't got no phone calls. The aunt Laura, they're saying that there was a Laura that was she was notified. They got an Aunt Laura. Well, they spelled Laura wrong. Her name is not L-U-R-A or whatever, L-U-R-A or something. Let me see where it is. L-A-U-R-A or something. Her name is spelled L-O-R-I. And she said no. She put out a statement and says, no one's ever called my phone. No one ever left me a message. And I've returned every phone call. And that's not true. So, And I didn't know that the family had hired this investigator. His name, his investigating office is SF. Actually, that was my initials at one time. Actually, same name and everything. But anyway, so the family is a little upset. So when the investigator that morning was down there by the campsite. He was coming into the area. He had met the grandfather or something. They were sitting on the side of the road talking. He had put a drone up in the air, so he had seen AWP and them down there on the site looking and searching and stuff and everything. So he knew they was down there, but he didn't know that they found anything. He was just doing the drone. They was talking. Then the father rose up on the bicycle. He had the gear on and stuff. They didn't know who the father was, but because the father, he had his little gear on and, the gun or whatever. I don't know what all he had on, but like riding gear when you ride bicycle or something. And so they were all sitting there talking. And then he gets a call. The investigator gets a call from somebody on his team or family member. I can't remember exactly who it is, because at one time I thought one of the family members called him, or a young lady. He had reached out to a young lady named DX or something to figure out where did that picture come, where all the kids were standing across in this line and somebody had took the picture. The family had not seen that. The father had not seen it, or the dad had not seen that picture. So he had emailed DX. She's somewhere in another state, and DX called him up and said, hey, they found the car, and they found Kiely or some remains or whatever. And he was like, what? Because she was kind of like, did you hear? And he was like, hear what? And they was like, it's all on Facebook. They found Kiely's car, and they found some remains. And he's like, where? And she was like, at Posner Lake. That's why his phone, actually, he showed his phone and everything, showed like the phone call came in at 2:48 in the evening. Like I said, the Facebook post to finding Kiely went out at 2:28. The investigator phone shows that at 2:48, they got the phone call from DX. And that's how they were able to go down there in the area of where where Kiely was found by the reservoir. It took them 2 minutes. That's why the father come running down the hill, and he was mad. He was not just mad because, just mad. He's mad because they found out that they had to find out by social media, basically. The family was calling them, family and friends was calling them and saying, yeah, it's all on social media and da-da-da-da-da. They go running down the hill. So a lot of that is cut out. They even blurred out Steve Fisher's face, but he was with them when they come running down the hill. Now, when they come down running down the hill, I guess AWP said, I want to talk to AWP. Didn't even want to stir anyone up without knowing for sure if it was actually her car. Okay, so AWP took them to the side and was asking them some questions. And they didn't know that he had mic'd up. It was a live mic, like I'm recording you without you knowing. He didn't tell them that they was. So he started asking them questions. He was asking them, and they didn't think nothing of it because they thinking, oh, they just found out, and everybody's in their emotions and things that happen. And so then, therefore, the investigator answered some questions. So I guess Doug asked, hey, if you could just speculating, if you had someone to look at, that if this is not an accident, but someone actually did take out Kiely, and I'm saying it in a nice way because you guys got to remember, this family, today is her memorial service, but this family is going through a lot, and we got to respect that. But so Doug says, if you had someone to really that you wanted to look at, that you think done something to this girl, your daughter or your granddaughter, who do you think it is? Because the father was there, the grandfather was there, and the private investigator was there. And the private investigator says, if I had to choose, I would look at two people. It would be Jagger and Sammy. So I believe that when this other series of video comes out that Doug is talking about, we're going to hear that. We're going to hear that because it's going to be covered or anything. So anyway, I'm just sharing what all went down. I'm not going to get into it with nobody. I'm not going to argue with nobody. I'm just sharing what all the information and all what somebody said, like what either the father said, the grandfather said, the aunt said, the investigator said, Doug said. That's what I'm sharing. Okay. You can take it or not, or be in agreement with it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's all of it. It looks weird to me. So anyway, that happened, and they're saying that it was all taped, but it was all taken out. It's going to probably be in the next video that comes out. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So then the police tells Doug and his crew, AWP, to leave. They was a little bit frustrated with them. Okay. It wasn't like, yeah, we happy. They just told him to leave. Okay. Okay. So that's what all happened. So now let me share with you guys all the things that was said. So first of all, let's talk about the tow truck guy. So AWP came back a couple of days after they found the car and the remains and everything. And then they brings this video and says, hey, because we all didn't know about no tow truck guy. And his name is Nick. And he says he identified a person. He was like a person just a little bit shorter than him, had brown hair coming out the end, just a little bit of brown hair, had a little bit of freckles over here and all this other stuff. And, she wanted to just keep talking about the seatbelt. Kiely just kept wanting to talk about the seatbelt, how to hook it up. He went over with her like 3, 4, 5 times, and she was kind of loosey or whatever. And so, but whenever time they talked about everything, she would go to one side of the car, and then the young gentleman that she was with would go to the other side. It was kind of like she was like a little bit, like, I don't know, scared or, maybe trying to let someone know, she was fearing for harm to her life or whatever. So let me go off into the details of that. First of all, so the investigator says that, first of all, the roadside assistance, the name of the company is AAA. Okay, the AAA. I'm just giving you guys facts and information. So I kind of wondered, and I thought it was going to be AAA. And I don't know if I told you guys, but like I told you, and I have AAA. And when you call AAA, you got to give them your account number. And if you don't have your card with you, you basically got to give them information that only like your social security number or where you live or your mother's maiden name, or you've got certain private password thing that they can identify who you are. Okay, even if it's not your car, I can still call if I'm riding with you or whatever. So this person has to have a AAA membership. Now, the tow truck guy says when she called, but he tried to call her back but it was no answer. And then he tried to call the other number, which was his phone. She must have used his phone, or whoop de whoop de whoop. Here's the thing with that. Like I said, you have to have a membership. People just don't call AAA because AAA is expensive unless you already have your membership, okay? And once you have them, they already know the tag number. They already know the make and model of the vehicle and everything. He said that he parked his car in front. And here's the thing. He says, and it's all recorded because for his safety, it was all recorded. So you actually see visually this happening, this transition of this conversation happening, and you also audibly can hear what was said. He does that. He parks like that in front of the cars all the time, so that for his safety. So, and Doug came on a channel and says, and all of that is confirmed. Here's the thing. The tow truck driver even also says that right after Kiely came up missing, he didn't put two together. But a week later, when he walked in a coffee shop, he seen her picture in the car, and then he went directly to the police station. Okay. But what they didn't tell you, that they took out that this tow truck driver, Nick, was questioned and showed pictures of people and Jagger, and he pointed out Jagger. He pointed out Jagger. Confirmed, he pointed out Jagger. So you guys don't have to sit back and debate who was he talking about. He said it was Jagger. He didn't say it was Jagger, but he pointed out. He didn't only just identify this young man, but he identified when they showed him the picture, and they was like, "Is it this person?" He's like, "Yes," and that was Jagger. So yes, we can add people to the membership. It's just right down there at the right. I would bet she had a tag on her keys. If that's the case, I would bet she had a tag. Even though that I have AAA, I don't have nothing on my key ring that says, "Hey, you're a AAA member and here's your account number." They give you a card just like a credit card. And that's what it is, you guys. Okay, let me keep going into my notes here. I wanted everybody to know it's AAA. He identified Jagger. He was showed picked up. He was showered picker. I don't know what my notes is saying on that. I'm so sorry. It had to been important. Oh yeah. So the tow truck driver even also said that we didn't hear on AWP yet. I think it's going to come in the upcoming video, that the tow truck driver said the young lady that was there, he started recording because he thought that she couldn't believe that she stayed there all night. He said somebody must have gave her a roofie. If you guys know what a roofie is. And so all of that is recorded, and he does not believe that AWP just came into town and just randomly went to this Best Buy and ran into Nick, and all of this stuff went down. He also says that there was a tip that came in to his office, and he turned it over to the FBI and Homeland and all the police, California Police Department and Poser and all of them. That person called in, said that they knew something about the case, and said that somebody had killed Kiely, and it was over there by Teboka. And I guess AWP and them know that too. And they probably got the same tip that that the detective got. Now let me see. There was a crack in her front window. They said it could be due to the steering wheel or her hitting her head. The police, the detective that was working for the family is speaking out on the behalf of the family because they want some peace. They want peace. They don't want their daughter name drugged out and all this other stuff, and they don't believe that it's foul play. And then wait until all the information comes out. Kiely actually went to Mexico a week prior to this party. She went to Mexico with Mag and Mag's mother. He also said that the family let him know that Kiely and what's the other young lady's name? Sammy is not the best. Oh, buddy, best. They interact with each other, but they was not the best of friends. Kiely was actually more closer and best friends to Mag. And the investigator also said that had they already went and got search warrants for the video of the tow truck guy, and no arrest for Jagger. And Jagger's going through a lot of stuff because he's getting thrown underneath the bus, and Sammy's getting thrown underneath the bus. And I guess must have been a car. There was somebody, there was some people at the campground said that they even actually seen Kiely that morning also. When they questioned the tow truck driver, when could this have taken place? And he said, oh, maybe Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I don't know if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It couldn't have been Friday because Kiely's grandfather said they were together till late afternoon. So she was with her grandfather on Friday, and so that was that. The investigator also says that had it been Jagger, with him lying to the police, saying that he was nowhere near the party and he didn't have an alibi, and they're looking at the video of this tow truck driver, they know if it was him or not. And he would be locked up right now, and he is not, especially lying to FBI. There's no doubt everybody says she was intoxicated, you guys. He says there was 6 agencies looking for her: CHP, FBI, Poser, Plastic Soldier, Police, Truckee, even Homeland or something of that nature. There was a laptop that was found a couple of days ago. They verified that was her laptop. They said there was nothing really on the laptop. She had a account with her grandfather, so they didn't really need the laptop. I mean, it's good to have it to, whatever they could find on it, but everything was up in the cloud. They got the same account, and it was 50 feet away from where they had the party. Let me see here. Okay. The New York Post was there when before the police arrived, you guys. Bev said she was pregnant. Okay. Here's a quote from LE. I did have a quote from the aunt, and I think I just didn't finish it. Oh, the aunt Lori says, I'm outraged that AWP did not contact me like they're saying. That's a quote. Quote from LE. LE says, AWP was not contact. They learned about Kylie's car and remains on social media also. The detective SF says that with everything and all that he knows, that don't go with the theory of she was bounded up in the trunk, you guys. And I'm pretty sure he would know if he was there. I don't know. Okay, still find evidence. And as of today, they are still finding evidence. And it was not the police department that was finding the evidence. This is still actually citizens. We know Click It found the laptop in a bag and some other little items. But I guess some more private individuals and citizens are finding things of Kiely floating and down there. And he just said that early this morning. It was I think we were looking at this around about 3 o'clock in the morning. AWP says that they were requesting AWP and the SF investigator to come on the same channel at the same time and discuss the differences. And so SF is like, why don't they just tell the truth and not make this into a drama, into a movie, or things like that? Because the family is suffering. They're trying to get over this, their daughter and their granddaughter, and all these rabbit holes is going on. It's just drama, and it just seems like, every time when AWP comes on or whatever, they always say, go buy one of these things for break at your window, or get a hat, or get a shirt, or whatever, and click that thing and become a member and follow us. And he says he's not really trying to knock them down. They did a wonderful job, and he thinks that had they not come along and find her, it would be a cold case. But give or take, it's almost like doing this math. You do something good, but I mean, what you've done, the disrespect of the family and all the things that they have to go through, it cancels out what you did good, because I mean, it's just sending through a lot. And that Kiely has an 8-year-old brother that is watching everything on these social medias. They talked a little bit about Sammy and how she was a attention seeker, and she probably that's just her whole personality, being the age she is, 18. She thought she was doing a bit of good, but when she created this Teen Talk, they also said that she inserted herself into something she didn't know. That, she said, don't go talk to the police, come talk to me, and all this other stuff. They was like, what? But they didn't stop her or Jack from doing what they did, because something good came out of that. I guess they did receive some information. I guess they had a whole platform format or something, like they had I don't know, these people were in a big meeting place, the kids, and some information came out in that meeting that she had set up. What else? Anybody want to know? The grandfather's name is David. The father's name is Dan. Kiely did share her location with her mother at 11:33. I wanted you guys to know. He said there were only helicopters out there. This is what the detective said. Only helicopters was sent out that he seen, that was on Saturday and Sunday. And he also said that the mother, Kiely's mother, was at the police station that morning making out a report. So I know somebody has said, how did they not find Kiely? Because they had to probably pass through there, but around 9 o'clock in the morning, the mother was at the police station making a police report. That's when I guess the tow truck guy said around about 11 o'clock, he seen, he found the car that needed this battery jump or whatever. And I told you guys about someone at the campground said that they saw Kiely that Saturday morning. The Mac Top has access to the cloud with Verizon, the grandfather's plan. The car did have a DED, which is the data entry data that we were talking about, that Lisa was talking about, the black box. It do have that. Sammy put out the pic with all the kids in that area that we see, and the family found out through friends and family through social media. There was something else I wanted to share with you guys, but I can't think of what it is, but it kind of just went through there. Let me see here. Yeah, the investigator had got an email or something from someone that said that, she was taken out, murdered or whatever. But they're trying to get AWP on, to answer some of these questions, and why not just make it right. And the family's like, speak up for us. Just tell the people that what is true and what's not true. And I don't know why it is such a big deal. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe they just, if it is the picture in front of the banner, it is fake. I don't know. What about the other car in the same area that was broken down? Who did it belong to? I don't know. But one thing I was thinking about, if somebody said, well, it was her, it was Kiely, and this was Jack or whatever, why the police didn't pick him up? I don't know, you guys. I'm not gonna assume anything. We're looking at this, but I understand how the family would feel when they found out on, by social media, friends and family, and everybody else knew about their little girl and knew about their granddaughter. And I mean, it was like, you know what I'm saying? You would feel like people's making, you know what I'm saying? So, and I guess, there's some feelings is hurt or whatever. But I do understand AWP too. So I'm not knocking neither one, because I do understand AWP too. Because here's the thing. A lot of things may not have been done the way that they would have done it. And we sit back and we think and we go, well, how did they miss a whole car? And then when they did get the car, they left all the laptop there and all this other stuff. So, as they go in, they kind of know, like, maybe somebody's like thinking, before I go and get you, which I don't know if you're covering up anything. I don't know if, you guys didn't really want to find her or nothing, but I need to make sure, if we want to get the award or make sure that the truth come out, I need to tell the world, so you can't come back and say it wasn't her or it wasn't her car or whatever. So, or if we're trying to get the award money, can't nobody say it didn't happen. I don't know. So what I have probably done that too. I probably would have done that. I'm just being honest with you guys. I told you I would do that, just because I would make sure that nobody's, I spend my time, my money, I'm doing this, I'm trying to help the family, and then next thing I might catch a case. So I'm going to put it out so nobody can come in and say, that wasn't a person in the car, that was a such and such or whatever. Because it seems like a lot, when the kids told the other kids, shut up, don't nobody say nothing, hush, hush, quit talking. It seemed like something was stirring up, and the kids quit talking. Anyway, if you guys got any comments or something, just let me know and I'll read it. SF has admitted he is not a real private investigator in a fashion photographer. He is suspicious. I think he is. I don't know. He is. He charges. That's something else. He charges $2,000 an hour, you guys. And why would he say he's a professional? He is a private investigator. I do know that to be so. Oh, you saying his license is expired? It could be. Actually, my license is expired right now too, but I'm still a private investigator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't nothing to just pay a fee. You don't have to go and test out and take your guns apart and put them back together and all this other stuff. I mean, it's really nothing. Anybody can really be one. You just gotta do your how the state that you want to work in and everything. You gotta turn everything in, and then they gotta verify that you don't got no criminal records, you don't have no um you know court cases that you're coming up and having where you can't be around certain people or whatever. I can't remember what it's called right now. My brain is being fried. That celebration of life mom was rude for telling everyone MYOB. What's MYOB? And she didn't say that when she called a search. What's MYOB? Soldier Girl, what's that? His license is active, but he is not investigating this case professionally and getting paid for it. Is that Soldier Girl? I didn't know that was you, Soldier Girl. Okay. Phyllis said, mind your own business. I was like, Phyllis, what are you talking about? Oh, so let me read that again. Okay, who said it? Okay. That celebration of life, mom was rude for telling everyone to mind your own business. And she didn't say that when she called it search. Wow. Wow, really? Okay. Wow, okay. Pretty K, how you doing? Precocious down right now. This case is too much in here. I thought Summer Wells' case was off the chain. I don't know. I just didn't even want to follow that case. I just knew it was going to be just terrible. A lot of people should mind their own business, especially if they aren't doing the due diligence to find out what the truth is behind the matter. Yes. Teresa says, who was the guy that blocked the road at the party? This is my first time hearing about somebody blocking the road at the party. Teresa? Ellie didn't do their job at all. They dropped the ball. When I was looking at all this stuff and I was writing it down, I was writing it as fast as I could, you guys. I really couldn't jump on one side or the other, to be honest with you, because I can understand both sides. I really can. But the worst thing in the world would be, putting stuff out on Facebook first, but no matter what, you want your loved ones, if especially to bring them home instead of have to wonder for years and years and years. So I would look over that if I was a family. As worse, I mean, as bad as it is that you jumped the ball or you didn't really notify the police or whatever. I mean, because without a body, you guys, it's just they don't know that side because they do got her. But had they not have her, it's a whole different ballgame, because it's hard if you don't have a body. You can never come up and get the truth. Now, are we going to get the truth? I don't know. Girl, I've not heard anything else about the guy who blocked the road. Maybe you can try to find out. I will, Teresa. But, I mean, everybody know, what's valuable to you, if was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? I think AWP, if I'm just saying for me and my family, I could look over they put something out on Facebook, I could. You brought my baby home. Or, you know what I'm saying? But I know when you're going through grieving, we get mad at even the people that's trying to help. It's just like being a nurse. When you dealing with people in hospice and the family can't be there and you're taking care of a loved one and you're feeding this person and you're changing their diaper and they're throwing up and you're giving them the morphine and and you're trying to console them and the family's not there. And when they walk in and the family member pass away, they get mad at you. You didn't do this right. You didn't do that right. You be like, where you been for the last, they didn't just die today. I mean, they probably did, but I mean, it took some time. I've been here every day for 2 weeks. Where you been? I didn't see you feed them. I didn't see you change no diapers. I didn't see you console them and talk them to sleep. And they get angry at themselves, but they don't take it out on themselves. They start taking it out the people that that was there. They try to find some kind of comfort in what you did wrong or something. So they are angels in my eyes. Okay, Miss Tina. Have you seen Kelsa mom cry at all? Nobody has. I'm pretty sure. What? Have you seen Kelsey's mom cry at all? Nobody has. I'm pretty sure. And I was looking at this. I was thinking about it later on. I was trying to think. I said to myself, I was like, he also, well, I just said to myself, I can just see it on both ends, like let's get to the bottom of it. And sometimes you got to think too much information out there in the public is just too much information. You know what I'm saying? And if they were looking at somebody else or they really didn't want to speak on certain things and it's out there and it may mess up the case. But I sometimes get tired of people telling you, you don't say nothing because you're going to mess up the case or nothing. And then come later on, nobody gets charged. And so you just sometimes you get tired of it. You just no, I'm gonna tell everybody so that you will do something. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. I'm just saying, you guys, but I know at the time if somebody passed away, I would be very angry that you're putting stuff out there. And the family is really telling everybody they're very, very grateful that AWP did a wonderful job finding their loved one and everything. They just don't like the disrespect of not had notified them. So, and I'm thinking too, like I said, I can't speak for them and how they feel or want to feel. It's their daughter, this their granddaughter, but they didn't like that. Hey, Casey, how you doing? Here's your number. I forgot to say thank you for your super chat, 59765. Casey, that's for you. I am so sorry. I see you in the building. You guys, I just wanted to share all of that stuff with you. And Urban Girl, here's your ticket right here. Urban Girl, 590-763 and 590-762. You guys, I'm going to get off of here. I will see you guys Wednesday. We're going to have updates. I will give more information. Thank you. Uh-oh, somebody's calling. Hold on. This is SP. Go ahead.
Hey, SP, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I just wanted to let everybody know that this is the time for you to call in if you have any questions or comments. I notice a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say in the comments, but if you have some concerns, this is the time to call in and talk to our creator. This is the time. That's all I wanted, SP. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Oh, Cassie, here it is right here. 590-765. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I tell you guys, I only, like I said, I don't take one side or the other. I'm just telling you guys what's going on. Did you get it, Cassie? She's like, all right, you guys. Be good, be great, and be nice to each other. Bye.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah.